So during the fat motivation brought about upon recent events and past events of my life, of which I've witnessed, of which I feel as a collective, as a channel, it can be successful with the input of others. So this is not a channel that is based upon just myself, my experiences and how I see motivation to be. This is not set in stone. This can move around different routes if needed. And that's what motivation, I believe, is about. Discipline, motivation and determination to change your life, to change the environment that you're in and adapt and overcome. Now, if you're ex-military, a lot of these terms will be familiar. Some of them won't be if you're not. You might have heard them along the way, but I will try to explain them. So adapt and overcome is something we use or used in the military to really find a way over the wall, if you like. So if there's a big wall in front of you, and this can relate to your life. If you have a huge wall in front of you because, you know, some stuff's really raining down on you, there's bills, there's mortgages to pay, you know, or a mortgage to pay, there's, you know, you don't know where the next meal's coming from. The list goes on and on and on in everyday life. And that wall is put in front of you, alright, to make you feel sorry for yourself, to make you feel that there's no way out. And what this channel will really do is enlighten your mind without you using religion. I will use elements that I've learned from different religions, but not force a religion or anything on people. No politics, nothing. All those things that interfere with our life and don't actually set our minds free. And they're designed not to. Society these days is designed for quick fixes and to keep us in the rat race, if you like. To keep us at home, drinking, smoking, depressed, repeat, go to work, same thing, day in, day out. Whatever it might be, alright, the daily routine, the daily grind that gets you nowhere. Something I've learned is the daily grind has to go somewhere for you to feel mentally healthy. If it does not have a road that actually has a destination, you start to question subconsciously and consciously once you start to learn that the grind, what's it all about? Why am I here? What am I trying to do? Now, I'm trying to bring about an element to stop people feeling bad if they're helping others to help themselves. In that phrase that I just used there, help others to help yourself, is not a selfish one, and a lot of people see it as that. It's actually something that should be embraced, because from that point there is no negative. There really is no negative. You're helping somebody who's feeling quite bad or feeling slightly down, or their life is not going the way that they wish it to, and in return you're helping yourself, because you've then become a role model to them. Maybe for a short period, or maybe for a long period, or maybe you'll stay in that person's life all your life, or all their life, and you'll be that person that made the turning point possible. You'll be the person who made the grind, okay, worth it. And that's what it's really about. I am not financially driven, so my grind is not about finances. My grind is about finding peace here, and it truly is. Okay, I would say that from my experience, and I'm just going to use my experience because obviously that's what I know. From my experience of fluctuating through fitness, fluctuating through motivation, fluctuating through life, through highs and severe lows that faced addiction, that faced depression, that faced times of just not wanting to be here, that have faced times of such hardship, I have got up that mountain every time. And there's been times when I've been that wounded that people have wondered, how the hell did I crawl out of that? From being homeless. The story goes on, but like I said, I'm not going to harp on about my particular thing. What this channel is about is combining fitness and mental well-being. This ain't about comparing what muscle groups are bigger than each other. Okay, this ain't about comparing how fit you are to somebody else. If that inspires you, that is a good thing. But what this channel really is about is helping each other with a pure heart. With that pure heart comes a great mentality. The mentality to help another human being, of which society doesn't want us to. Regardless of what that human being is. So, there is times when I've faced and tried to help people, okay, with all sorts of addictions and all sorts of things. It's been chucked in your face. It's hard to deal with, but you need to understand their situation. But at the same time, my principle of motivation and self-well-being is a hard one. It's not one to tiptoe around the issue. It's one to say, look in that mirror, write down everything that's wrong with you and be brutally honest. Be brutally honest. Do you drink too much? Do you smoke too much? Do you take too many drugs that interfere with your well-being? You see, your well-being in your mind is not something that is favourable to make good. Because when you get depressed, you turn to drink or drugs or smoking, whatever it may be, or a collective of those things. And you turn to that for a quick escape. That's all it is, a fast escape from the current situation. Because in today's society, everything's fast. TV breaks, you throw it away, get a new one. You don't fix it. This is the trouble, the mind needs fixing. You can't throw it away and get a new one. You need to fix it. You need to sit there and analyse what is wrong. Why do I feel down out of the blue? And for all military guys out there, this channel is really for you as well. This is a collective of people. This year, I lost a good friend that was just out of the blue, who sadly committed suicide. And it has inspired me further to do things like this, because if this channel can help one person at that point where they feel something is not so good, life's not worth it, they want to get away from this world to the point of committing suicide, and if this can make the difference, the hours, the editing and everything that will go into it will be worth my while. In life, we have to understand it's brutal, it's hard, and this channel will be hard. It will be hard on your feelings, it will be hard on the reality of life. I'm not a coach, I'm not a counsellor, I'm not qualified in any of those sectors, but one thing I'm qualified in is brutal life. And I hope that the chain of events that will happen with this channel, where I help you, that helps me, and you help somebody that helps you, goes on for eternity. Because that can only be a positive in a negative environment. Accept that this is a negative environment. Out there is a negative environment. But you need to be the positive in that. So when everyone's walking that way in a negative manner, you're walking against the grain in a positive one. It will be the hardest thing you will do. The hardest thing I ever did. Okay, and I've run ultra marathons, I've done all sorts. Coming from addiction and all sorts. Alright? Recently, is completely give up alcohol. And this isn't the guy who used to drink on weekends. I had a serious problem. It was taking me down a dead end road. Every day I grind and battle, okay, to keep that. Every day, every minute I grind. And I want you to remember this phase, and I'm going to finish up here, but you get a gist of what this channel will be about, and it will be brutal. But come along for the ride. Come along. So I want to help you, and in return you help me, and we help each other. Share your stories, feel free to. Okay, feel free to share your stories if you would like to, on camera or vocally, without the camera, feel free to. We're going to help people. We're going to help the community. Okay. Chewing the fat, the name comes not from literally chewing fat. Chewing the fat is a military term. It's basically a load of blokes or ladies, alright, chatting away. That's basically where the term comes from. Okay, it's a military term. So chewing the fat motivation is key to the life struggles we face. And 2020 has been a difficult year. So let's make place for this. And let's move forward as one. And remember, do a couple of things from now. Look in that mirror and write down exactly what you think is wrong and be brutally honest. Look at who you are. And write those problems down. First step. Second step, take some action. Start to make some changes. Easier said than done. You will slip up. You will take a wrong turn. It's natural. Don't make it an excuse. Reverse out of that wrong turn and take the right road again. You know what the right road here is for yourself. We all know ourselves deeply well. This is spiritual in a respect with no religion. This is a collective where we make change. So please, subscribe, like. I ain't looking for no money. I'm just looking for a difference in the community of which we see. Because the more positive people are within the communities, the more positive the community will eventually become in a negative environment. Adapt, overcome, be a product, okay, of your environment of which you create, not what whoever, whatever creates for us. This phrase, you will not outwork me. If you can believe that, you will make a difference in your life. I promise you, regardless of level of fitness, regardless of your shape, if you can believe day by day that you will not be outworked, you've accomplished 90% of the battle.